Reactions continue to trail the recent clemency granted by President Bola Tinubu to 175 inmates, including Miriam Sanda, who was convicted of murdering her husband. In a statement released on Monday, Bello Mohammed, speaking on behalf of the deceased family, forcefully condemned the pardon. Mohammed stated that the release of Miriam Sanda reopened healing wounds for the family. He further described the clemency as the worst possible injustice could be made to go through for a loved one. Meanwhile, Ahmed Issa Bello, father of the late Biliaminu Bello, in a joint press statement with Miriam Sanda's father, said he had been seeking clemency for Miriam Sanda years before President Bola Ahmed Tinubu granted her presidential pardon. Bello disclosed he wrote to Abubakar Malami, former Attorney General and Minister of Justice, in 2019 to request mercy for Sanda on humanitarian grounds. He added that he bore no grudges against Sanda, her family, or the federal government, stressing that forgiveness was the only way to heal from the tragedy.
I am happy as the federal government has released Mariam in order to come and look after her two children, which God gave them between late Bilia and Maria. So, to me, I don't have any grudges with the federal government or the family of Mariam Sanda and any other relatives. Fully, I appreciate the effort of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on this issue. I need not to say much. We, as a Muslim, I already told you people as a friends crew that we accept the God of will. I am happy as the federal government has released Mariam in order to come and look after her two children, which God gave them between late Bilia and Maria.
All right. Well, we have letters, as you can see on the wall, written by Bello to the High Court in Abuja and the Commissioner of Police back in 2019, as well as the Attorney General of the Federation, requesting for Miriam's release, saying that he wants Miriam to raise her children. Miriam was pregnant at the time of her incarceration. Rufai, this story has gone viral. And I'll take some reactions. This is from Abib, who wrote, "Justice and mercy must always walk hand in hand. If she's truly reformed and her children can now have their mother back, then let's hope this second chance brings healing and not controversy." Another ex-user wrote, "The justice system in Nigeria isn't fair. To be honest, I'm not even surprised a country that grants amnesty to terrorists can also pardon a convicted killer. The family of Biliaminu Bello has every right to call this the worst injustice ever." And I'll take some more reactions. And, you know, Atiku Abubakar had posted a tweet. If you can have Atiku Abubakar's tweet. This is half of the tweet, if you can have the entire tweet. He says, "Youth are being destroyed by narcotics, and our nation is still struggling to cleanse its image from the global stain of drug offenses. Presidential pardon is meant to symbolize restitution and moral reform. Instead, what we have witnessed is a mockery of the criminal justice system, an affront to victims, a demoralization of law enforcement, and a grave injury to the conscience of the nation." And, you know, he had posted the statistics, and I believe, Rufai, you had read read out that statistics when we first took the story. And I would like for our viewers to take a look at that statistics. If you can pull up StatiSense right now. Atiku had posted this with his tweet. He wrote, "Presidential pardon, offense committed October 2025. 1. Drugs at 29.2%. 2. Unlawful mining at 24.0%. Homicide, 13.5%. 4. Fraud, corruption at 12.3%. 5. Hijacking at 5.8%. Firearms at 2.3%. Robbery, theft at 2.3%. 8. Kidnapping at 1.8%. Human trafficking at 1.8%. Others at 5.8%. And if I can read some of Atiku's tweets again, he wrote, Tinubu's reckless use of presidential pardon undermines justice and emboldens criminality at a time when Nigeria continues to reel under the weight of insecurity, moral decay, and a surge in drug-related offenses. It is both shocking and indefensible that the presidency would prioritize clemency for those whose actions have directly undermined national stability and social order. Particularly worrisome is the revelation that 29.2% of those pardoned were convicted for drug-related crimes at a time when our youth are being destroyed by narcotics and our nation is still struggling to cleanse its image from the global stain of drug offenses. Presidential pardon is meant to symbolize restitution, like I said, and moral reform. Instead, what we have witnessed is a mockery of the criminal justice system, an affront to victims, a demoralization of law enforcement, and a grave injury to the conscience of the nation. Rufai, your thoughts?
Oji, see, everything that this government, when they were in opposition, people like President Tinubu and his cohorts mocked Jonathan for, they have done in return. But the hypocrisy is that those that mocked Jonathan then, they can't talk today. They've brought out the tweets of Mr. Festus Keyamo about the pardon of Alamesia. They've just brought out the messages of Professor Wole Soyinka condemning the pardon of Alamesia, calling it immoral. Let the joke continue. But Oji, let me read you an excerpt from people that were instrumental to raising the man that died. Because Dr. Bello Aliru Muhammad OFR was instrumental to raising him. I don't want to go into their family conundrum. But hear what Dr. Bello said. He said that the alleged grounds for Miriam Sanders' release was predicated on appeals from her family, among other considerations. It's pertinent to stress that Biliamu was also a cherished family member who was profoundly loved and deeply mourned by the teaming relations, friends, close associates following the unfortunate incident that resulted in the gruesome murder 8 years ago. Miriam, let's not forget, had earlier on denied the same children now used to elicit sympathy and secure her release. The opportunity to know what a father's love and care means. All I just want to ask is, for those that are now coming out, granting press conference, because you can see that a pardon now has now become a political issue. And that's to show you that the pardon should never have been done. A pardon that leaves other parties hurt. Were other parts of the family consulted before this pardon? So it shows that it should not have been done. But I want to ask them today, if the tables were turned, that it was the lady that is being pardoned today that was killed, will her family support the pardon? Because you see, it's so easy. Yorubas have a saying, Entoba kuniti egbe. It's because the man is dead now. He's not here to tell his story.
Right.
Let's be careful.
Well, you see,
President Tinubu should stop wasting, or can I use the word, gifting out pardons like they are selling recharge cards.
These are the things.
And it's very sad how political this pardon has become. We've not even scratched the surface on the likes of the pardon of Peru.
Did you read Mahmoud Jega's press release talking about whether or not the father was there?
And that's why I said the people that raised, I don't want to go into their family conundrum. Yes. A biological father is a biological father. But the people that raised the deceased are the ones that wrote this, and they took a center page in this day. I think we should have also put their own write-up there up too. Because it's so easy now, after a child has been killed, then they say they are writing letters to pardon. To leave it like this.
All right.
A country that does not uphold justice, life will not be better for the citizens. Nigeria has just happened again.
It's very unfortunate, and I think I have a divergent view on that, because I think it's disingenuous to see how the social media has redefined us as a people. We are not vindictive people. And if you look at the reforms that is being clamored all over the world, the global reforms are moving from prison to correctional center. So what happens to forgiveness? I think that we need to change our narrative from what is being echoing out from the social media generation, which some people will refer as children of anger and babel of voices. We have a distinct culture, and I think forgiveness is central to this. The father of this girl, we had the report said he had forgiven. There is a need for healing. We cannot afford to regenerate vindictiveness, to regenerate vengeance, to regenerate cruelty. So I think that this lady has been sentenced to jail for a while and has been pleading. What if this lady happens, on the reverse side, what if this lady happens to be a sister to any one of us? Are we still going to maintain this narrative? I think that this is a need for soul searching and a need to come back to who we are as a people. We Africans are loving people. Africans are deeply forgiving people. And I think that when you look at the Constitution, according to Section 175, the president has that discretionary sweeping power to grant that pardon, which is called the prerogative of mercy. And when you look at the word pardon, it presuggests that someone had committed an offense. That is why you are granting pardon. Otherwise, if the person was innocent, there will be no need for that use of pardon. So I think there is a need for us to have this moral regeneration of ourselves as a people, to come up with an identity of who we are, rather than allowing the social media Chinese whispers to define who we are as a people. So I think that for me, it's very painful. I commiserate with the family that has lost a dear one. Nobody wished to lose a loved one. But in as much as this is established, we need that healing. We need national healing. And I think we need to learn to move forward from past misdeeds, no matter how hurtful it is.
You see, Oji, I want a sane country. I don't want a hypocritical country. And that's why yesterday I challenged President Tinubu on the show. And if he wants to do more pardon, I can give him some names. Shekau is one of them. Lawrence Anini is another one. And we can also put in the names of top criminals that destroy people, because we want a society that is not vindictive. If in the case of the person pardoned, I repeat, if they are not high up there, that they can even have access to the president, will that pardon happen? We're talking about a society that calls for fairness. And that's exactly what's happening in the north. Look at it. Bandits can go around in motorcycles, right?
Yeah.
But have we not been talking about Nnamdi Kanu for a while? So you can see the kind of country. Mm-hmm. All of this is not an offense. Just let some other people take guns and move on the street. Look at that one, wearing military camo. In the end, we said they should forgive them, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Because we want a society.
Peace pact.
Oh, it's a peace pact.
Yes,
look at guns.
On Sunday.
Look at non-state actors wearing military fatigue and carrying guns. Mm-hmm. In the end, don't we want a country that forgets the past? Let's forgive them. Mm-hmm. Let's forgive them. Let's see the kind of country we are going to build. But Nnamdi Kanu, no, he must suffer. He must suffer. So let's continue with the hypocrisy. You can see the killings in Abia. Mm-hmm. All those that kill people in this gory way, let's leave them and let them be. Let's forgive them. Mm-hmm. Because we want to build a country of hypocrisy. See, let me tell you something, Oji. Mm-hmm. A nation that values privileges over purpose, we lose the privilege and we lose the purpose.
What's that?
Nigeria is a country that has valued privilege over purpose. Right. We have lost the purpose, we have lost the privilege.
I would want to reiterate my firm belief in the rule of law, yes, which is provided by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that upholds the supremacy of the Constitution and it's binding on the entire territory of the region. And I want to say that the same Constitution that provides this punitive measure for defaulters had also provided for the prerogative of mercy, which is recognized in the law.
Of arms in our nation, really. How is it happening?
Look at the open video of terrorists carrying arms.
We just saw in Delta State.
Look at them.
Really sad situation. Yes. We'll take the story now from Edo State. While the state governor, Monday Okpebolo, has directed all commissioners and special advisors in his administration to wear the Asiru mandate cap as a show of loyalty and support for President Bola Tinubu's re-election. The governor issued the directive on Tuesday in Benin City during the swearing-in ceremony of 19 newly appointed commissioners and several board chairmen and members of state agencies. Well, Okpebolo warned that any commissioner who failed to wear the Asiru cap will be barred from attending State Executive Council meetings. Let's take a look.
Let me tell you first, before we begin, you see this cap? Yes, I will not forgive any commissioner that is not wearing it. In ESCO, if you are not wearing suit, and you are wearing traditional dress, and you are coming to the ESCO without this Asiru cap, you are going back.
All right, this video has gone. Gbenga, should I bring you in just 30 seconds? I mean, I don't know what is going on. What do we call this? Is this psychophancy? I mean, if Ayo was here, that's exactly what she would have called it. What's going on with the Ashiwaju cap? You must wear it.
Okay. I think it's a joke taken too far. Yes, I think simply it's a joke taken too far. Yes. And we should take governance much more seriously than the drama that we are seeing. Governance should be sifted from drama.
Yes,
it's a high-level drama taken too far.
Yeah, all right. Rufai, a quick comment on Edo, and I want to take our good news reports.
I think it's not drama.
Yeah.
I think it's a good one. In fact, Oji, if you don't wear your Tinubu cap to this studio tomorrow, you should not be allowed to come to this studio.
No, I'm not from Edo State.
No.
I'm not from Edo State. I'm not a commissioner.
I'm mandating you now. You see, let's all go mad so that we know that moral turpitude reigns in Nigeria.
Right.
We know psychophancy reigns. Let's all go mad. So please, it's not drama. That's the way it should be done. Let's all go mad so that we know that one political champion is here.
Governor Monday Okpebolo, always in the news for these sort of special stories, I call them.